You might as well take a shit in the bigger bathroom down the hall. That's what
I think I would have been smart enough to do, but I don't want to make any promises.
Well, we are live. Welcome back. Roll high and subscribe. Who wants to do the
recap?
Roll for recap.
Alright, I'm getting a die.
I just rolled a 1.
Is that high or low, Spencer?
It's always high. We're in the sky.
Got an 8.
Hi, in the sky.
roll high and subscribe.
I got a 12.
I got an 11.
Booter?
Yeah, Booter.
I'm literally about to grab this furniture right now. Would somebody else be willing to do it?
Nope.
No,
Nope. Yeah, that's fine. Booter did it anyway.
Welcome in. Now you have to immediately go to recap.
Yeah, we went to this library looking for someone named Drew. And we had, sort of creepy things start to happen to us. A voice said, "Don't wake what's underneath." I wrote that down for some reason. We found some, brains, intellect devourers that attacked us. We also found the same statue that was in the Wind Dungeon. We found some books. The Dawn of War book, the Deleted Truth book, and the Skull of the White King book. I think it's their books, maybe their skulls,
Yep.
I'm not quite sure. Then we fought a large brain and a brain golem. And went to Jurassic Park and other places. And then afterwards, we killed the brain, but not before the brain removed Stag's memory that he is the captain of the ship. And then we found the librarian tied up, so we're untying her, I assume, but I don't think we've done that yet. We all got a happy memory to be revealed next time. I'm excited to see what the happy ending of this dungeon was, Spencer.
Where we left off was you found the librarian in the corner, right?
Yeah.
Right now, reveal your homework assignments. We left last session and you all had vivid memories, usually negative. Because you won, I decided to give you a happy memory. So world building for each of you. Who's going? Or I'll pick. Chris, go.
Flashback to Stag and his brother Fawn as little satyrs in a forest. Stag looks around and sees his mother making food in their small hut. He looks up from playing with wooden toys, sees his mother looking out the window, excited. She turns to the boys and says, "Your father's here." She rushes outside. The last thing Stag remembers of this memory is seeing a short owlet with wings walking up, and then the memory fades. Who could that be? Maybe this feather, like blue.
Didn't Aaron have an owl?
Well, you guys fought with it. You guys had a party member who was an owl for a while.
What about? What was your happy memory?
Back in the day, Debo Barshine and I accompanied her everywhere to make sure, the other bodyguard. I remember hunting with her, and when doing that, we set some traps, and in one of the traps, it didn't quite work, and it only partially wounded a rabbit. And I remember, I had set a few of the traps, and they had been successful, and so Debo was happy with me, which made me happy. But this one trap, the rabbit was injured, but was kind of halfway out. And so Debo said, "Well, you set the trap, so you have to kill it." So I went and snapped the rabbit's neck. And I remember feeling very pleased with myself and doing it. And that was the end of it.
Nice. And Adam, or Turgan, mid-couch carry.
Mine was not as detailed. It had my happy memory of hunting in the forests with my brothers and tribe. Just hunting animals and food.
Nice. Cool, cool. Jake and Matt, you guys didn't play last session, but you feel joyful standing guard at the library entrance. Do you want to share a happy memory from your previous life?
Go ahead, Jake.
This happy memory of being in the woods with a group of people, and then I was there, and then I don't remember if I ate something or whatever, and then I woke up, and I don't know, I just felt very open and satisfied, but I don't know why.
Nice. That memory, yeah, that memory comes with a insatiable hunger. I think it's been quite a while since you had a brain. You're craving the brain.
Back when I was a member of the Order of the Code of Helm, and just a junior scout at that time, I did some scouting on a village of mind flayers that I committed a genocide on and was rewarded greatly. And I think fondly upon the time I was made head scout due to my excellent mind flare slaying abilities.
Nice.
And that's one of my proudest memories.
You guys just finished killing the brain creature on a pedestal. The librarian you were looking for, I'll use this guy. She's tied up. Ah, my heroes. Thank you. They trapped me. Who are you, gentlemen?
We are the Skull Force Ninjas, here to rescue you.
Oh, Skull Force Ninjas. Thank you so much. My name is the librarian here. How can I help you? Putting this library back together is going to take a while. So many books.
We were trying to find the Sky Kingdom. We made it as far as this island, but we're looking for a way to the Greater Sky Kingdom.
The Greater Sky Kingdom. Well, you're not the only ones that have come here looking for the Greater Sky Kingdom. The Greater Sky Kingdom isn't in this realm. The Greater Sky Kingdom is further up in the Middle Sky region. To get there, you will need to find the power of a certain crystal. Each island has one of these aetheryte crystals. I'm sure you understand what those are since you've been sailing, but the aetheryte crystals within an island itself harnesses enough power to give you the boost you need to go from one level to the next in the skies. But I can tell you where to find them. They are within the islands themselves, deep down.
And the islands are okay if we take...
Some, yes, depends on how many aeth crystals each island has, but some of the smaller ones have known to lower themselves or fall.
Oh. Would you consider this island to be a big island?
Well, this island has a town on it. I wouldn't say this is quite a small island, but it is not the largest one. We've had one suitor come in looking for a greater aetheryte crystal. Not sure what happened to him. For each are protected by a keeper.
Ah. And do you know anything about these keepers?
They are one with the crystal. Some say that they're not even beings. I'm not sure if they're humanoids like yourselves. Some are larger creatures, some smaller, some shadows, some presence. There's one we know in the upper sky. The largest was the King's Tomb, where all the greater crystals are said to come from, guarded by the spirit of the king himself. The king, the one all Sky Kingdom kings try to emulate.
Found a large crystal on another island. Could it be a greater crystal?
Not sure.
Do we have it on us?
You would know.
Tag?
You would know because it's vibrations. Believe me, you would know. It's different than the crystals that you keep. I don't have anything here that I can show you, nor do I think the books, but I imagine the sailors would have more information. Anything else I can help with?
How did these brains come to attack your tower?
These illithids come from metal flying saucers, if you will. They look like long cylindrical saucers. They are in search of knowledge about the crystals. I swear they try to take everything in your mind and read it. Not sure where they come from. Some believe they come from above and beyond. They are very scary, these people.
And why did they come here? What knowledge are they searching for?
I don't know. They don't communicate like you or I. They communicate in a mess of a mind to one another and to me. They kept saying, show us the crystal down under, and I tried my hardest to not show them. I hope I didn't show them where this island's crystal was. The ships, you might know them as the Seekers, are searching for these crystals. I don't know what they plan on doing, but they seem to be in search of these islands' crystals. Rumor has it that these Seeker ships, when they dock, the island doesn't sometimes have very long to last if it's not one of these larger islands like ourselves. So, like this one, I mean.
Do you want us to go check the crystals here to ensure that these are safe?
I trust you. The entrance to the crystals you'll find out in the town at the monastery. You'll be able to find it just by following. It is the celebration. You see, the sun's it's at its brightest. Who remembers the celebration?
We went through the town?
I don't remember.
They're celebrating the open sky. It's the roughest day. Remember, gentlemen, take cover. So you're not from up here. Your skins will get burnt almost immediately. So just make sure you are careful with your attire and head to the shadows. You'll find it at the local monastery. Be careful. It's heavily guarded.
If it's guarded, they probably didn't get in.
I don't know.
Do you know anything about the crystal skulls?
Of course.
He looks at-
That's a myth.
He'll look at Booter and Turgan, and then he'll pull out the green skull. The green crystal skull. They're not a myth. They are reality.
I would keep that close.
It clutches it and puts it away. So, what do you know about this myth?
Once there was a young man named Agoth Doomhand. And Agoth Doomhand lost his family to the gods. And he was told to choose which... He was given the Skull of Power, the original, by Bane. And through the god of murder, Baal. And they made him choose the darkest mistress. And each mistress came to him, 3 of them, and threatened him. If they didn't pick him, they would do something to his family. And the goddess Leviatar told him that if he didn't pick him, that he would torture, that she would torture his family. So he chose her. So he gave her the skull. The other 2, Shar and Talona, the goddess of poison and darkness, caused his family to become zombies and him immortal, so he could forever suffer. He went to his family, tried to cure them, but it didn't work. He had to kill his wife and daughter again, making him a mad sorcerer. The skull was then fractured by Baal, spread throughout the lands, and to this day, rumor has it that it's never been found, but you seem to have one. I don't know if that's real or you're just playing games with me, but that seems to be the myth we tell children and people grow up knowing of him, like an old myth.
We were in possession of 2 others, a green and a red one. They are dangerous, and magic intervened This is the only one we still hold.
I will keep this a secret.
Another secret that you're not going to find in any book. When two skulls are close, they glow. Do you know who inhabits the Sky Kingdom? I heard they're Loxodon. Is that true?
The Loxodon and Sky Dwarfs are the main keepers of the Sky Kingdom. Apparently, it's a very pleasant place. Very strict in code. So, if
do you know that code?
I just put it this way. Manners are very important. And respect.
He turns to Turgan, Booterbot. I think we'll be fine. We just need to find one of these greater crystals and get up there. Then we can find this.
Right? Or, sorry, monastery.
Stag and Matt, what's your name again? Bob? Yeah, why can't I remember that? Bob and Brock, I'm just going to bring you into this room so that you guys can ask any questions if you want to. You guys were guarding the library as the men went in.
The river's open, right?
Any more questions?
Bob, Stag, great, you're here. We found the librarian. Do you have anything to ask her? Neandril, don't worry. This is Sprock. He is one of us, not one of those mind flayers.
Just keep that away from me. We should be fine.
My statue stops being animated. Now there's a Shriek statue in the corner of this room.
The statue will have to stay here.
This is a very fine statue. Booter, Turgan, Sprock, Bob.
Questions?
Do you want to go try and see if we can check out, make sure these creatures didn't get the greater crystal here?
Yeah, that sounds good.
How are we going to go about doing that, though?
We go to the monastery.
Well, yeah, then hell yeah, let's check it out.
Alright. Let's go.
Whatever you think is best, I support.
I appreciate your trust in me. Well, let's get going. Stag will start to walk out.
Okay, so you guys are going to leave the library?
I believe so.
Yeah,
The monastery.
I'm gonna make some dinner real quick, but I'm following the party.
Okay.
As we're heading out, Stag is going to pull out the blood-covered feather of Lone Star. Just stare at it as we're walking all the way to the monastery.
You guys get outside and you're underneath the library's cover. There's like a little area right before. There's pillars on your left and right. It's supporting this overhang and shielding you, but you feel the temperature of the sun. You also see people in the streets.
I think it was morning we rested.
Mid-morning, so it's mid. So
And then we went in the next day.
It is very hot. I'm gonna put the library over here. I'll change the heading. The blue is the library. You see streets, and I'll draw them again. As you are staring out, you notice that it is very, very hot. So if you guys all walk in the heat, Booterbot is going to have issues because he is made out of metal. So anything metal, anyone carrying metal on them is going to have some problems. So I don't know. Sprock, I don't think you have much metal. Like not in your bag, but like carrying it on your body. So like unless you stay covered, you might be dealt damage and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't have much.
Right outside the library, there are a bunch of people, and they are walking, and they all seem to have signs. Yeah, the sun! The sun is great! Remember that Adam Sandler? Like,
The sun. I hate that guy.
There's a bunch of people starting to celebrate outside the local library. They are all normally dressed. You're going to have to be covered because it's too hot.
Hoods up, boys. And girls.
The crowd is setting up. You see who's leading the charge here. Give me a perception.
I think it's Stag.
Okay.
Stag, give me a perception check.
Perception of a 6. Natural 2.
You see a lot of people, they're carrying around banners of the sun. You recognize there's a child with his father. It was that same father that was scolding him before, but they seem better now. Everyone seems somewhat gnomish. There are tons of gnomes around. This whole place is full of gnomes. The crowd is gnomes. It's time, the sun year, we'll call it. The sun year.
Sun year.
We'll celebrate the sun year. It gives us all the light we need, powers us to do what we need to do. We love it. Big banners of the sun and people holding it. They're walking in a specific direction. Away from the library in a direction that you came from.
Stag will get caught up in the celebration a little bit. I guess that's his distraction. But then he'll be celebrating and go bump up next to someone. Do you know where the monastery is?
Oh, the monastery? Yes, you must not be from here. You must be sailors. You look like sailors.
Yes.
We do a celebration once a year for the sun. We are grateful for its powers that come this way.
Oh, you're headed to the monastery?
Yes, we are. We do the celebration.
Oh, fantastic. Follow this crowd with us as we head to the monastery. He'll start singing a hip, hop, a hibbit to the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop, a rocket to the bang, bang. Boogie to up jumps the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat.
That's great. Did that cast a spell?
No, that's just me playing
Big
music
Stag.
because I'm a bard. I'll do a performance check to see how good it is.
Nice. So you guys follow this crowd. You guys do stand out. Boot or bot? If he's around, he's going to take some damage. We'll roll for that later.
A dirty 30 on the song.
Nice. You get to this area outside the monastery, and it's very crowded. There's a lot of gnomes. When you look at it, there's gnome soldiers, there's gnome builders, there's gnome women, children, all sorts. So it's not, they're not, I guess you could tell passively what kind of like to differentiate them from like what they do for a living and what not. But essentially there are some drunks, there are some non-drunks, there are some older, younger, all this stuff. There's a grand mixture. You do see some humans and you do see some random other types, but for the most part it's gnomes. You don't see anything. Give me an insight check, Matt.
It's not rolling for some reason. Just assume I did a good job. 16.
You get the feeling like the
Figure out.
majority of the people here, you don't see anything unsettling. You can trust that the majority are having a pretty good time. There's nothing eerie about this celebration to you.
Huh?
But there is a large monastery, and I don't have a image for it, so I'm just going to color this one yellow. Seems fitting. And this, it looks like a large church essentially, but it's circular. So I will just draw it. And on it and around it, there are images of the sun. Perfectly shaped, almost like a globe, smaller and wood. They're chanting the sun, and a gnome at the front of the monastery entrance. There are about 3 guards that are surrounding what looks like to be a gnome priest. Or gnome monk, let's say.
Stag goes back to the group after getting lost in the crowd. I think I saw who we need to talk to at the front. Maybe let's try and sneak around this crowd to the side and see if we can get a word with them or slip in while they're distracted.
I'm gonna send Falco up to do some reconnaissance. He'll wander around and see what he sees. Maybe a side entrance or back door. At the very least, how many guards there are.
Give me a perception check. What did you want to know? How well it's guarded and stuff?
Maybe there's a side entrance we could sneak into.
From your angle, it seems to be a spherical monastery with one entrance.
I'm sending my familiar to go around the edge. Forget my angle.
There's only one entrance, and it looks like it's made out of shiny wood. What'd you get? What number did you get?
24. I can
Um,
communicate with it. I see through its eyes and hear what it hears.
It's going to communicate to you that the paint that the wood seems to be some sort of magical aura around this circular monastery to the sun.
Is it the blue building, the pink building? Which
It's
one's
just
that?
a circular. The
The
circular.
yellow.
Yeah, I didn't have a circular building, so I just drew it.
I turn to the group and I say, "Be wary, my friends. There's magic afoot."
At that moment, the gnome is going to say, "Okay, thank you for coming to the Sun Year celebration. Everyone bow their heads. Brothers and sisters, wanderers of the way, hear me now, not with your ears, but with the stillness behind your breath. We rise not by our strength, but by our blessing of the light. The sun, the golden lantern of the gods, ignites the sky each morning, not for its own glory, but to remind us of the path. Its warmth is not gentle, it scours weakness from the bones, but in that heat we are forged. The sun does not hesitate. Praise the gods of the sun. Praise them, they need our strength to exist. We breathe in its fire, we exhale its truth. Each ray is a lesson, each shadow is a challenge. We do not follow the sun, we become it. Now rise and walk the radiant path." They start doing this weird dance, bobbing back and forth in a circle, and they all turn at once back and forward, back and forward, and they're not stopping.
Stag, I'm gonna start to do that dance.
You gonna try to fit in?
Yeah,
Give me a performance.
absolutely.
Are you just doing it in the group?
Yeah, I'm just doing it within our group. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. I got another dirty 30. Rolled another 18.
You do such a good job that people start to acknowledge you.
Oh, thank you. I am great. He'll pull out his mirror and start looking at himself as he's dancing. Oh, yeah, I know. Look at these moves. I'm amazing.
Okay. What would you like to do with that? What
Can
would the
I-
other people like to do?
Can I also do a performance check and try and
Yeah.
dance?
Mhm.
Also, Spencer, you get a cool point for that description or the speech the priest gave.
Agreed. 2 cool points.
Thank you.
Why am I on my
And,
character
and
builder? How do I actually-
ChatGPT gets 1 cool point.
Half a cool point for Chad.
Doesn't matter who wrote it. A performance. Nice. I got a 10. So I do the robot, the wrong dance, but pretty well.
What'd you get for your performance?
10.
Nice. You're out there doing the robot. You're gonna take 4 fire damage because it's hot. I think you get. I don't think you have exhaustion yet, but Booter, you're so hot in the sun dance. It's clear sky. You feel the heat burning you.
I like to think it's because of your dance. You did such a good job.
Steam is coming off of me right now.
The monk is going to say, "We are all believers. Now bow our heads one more time in silence. Close your eyes and be grateful for the sun and the God that brings us warmth." They all bend down, close their eyes. You hear an eerie silence in the audience. The monk is also quiet.
Is the monk's eyes closed?
hmm
I say we go for it.
All right, let's do it.
So what are we trying to do? You guys are in the
I'm
back
gonna-
of the group.
I'm gonna cast
I
guidance
thought we
on
were all
Booterbot.
We are all together, right?
Yeah, you guys are all together. With your dancing,
We
Don't
meandered
casting
through the
guidance.
crowd.
Chris, don't
Yeah.
bother casting guidance on me. I have disadvantage on sneak saving throws, so I am going to cast greater invisibility on myself.
Ah,
Nice.
Now I am invisible.
I'm still casting guidance on you before you go invisible. That would negate the disadvantage, and I want to help you.
Well, anyway, I'm invisible now.
Alright, so Booter's invisible. So he'll have advantage on his stuff. Turgan, these guys are going to try to, while everyone's in there with their... How are you guys going to enter this monastery without people seeing?
Oh.
That's your goal, right?
Oh, how many of us are there? There's 4 others.
Have to worry about me.
We need to. I can make you, Turgan and Sprock invisible. I can only do 3 people.
Yeah, that's fine. Do that.
So who's invisible? Booter's invisible by himself.
Turgan and Sprock not really having a plan. Sorry, Booter, but you're right. I don't need the guidance. I'm gonna cast 4th level invisibility. So that's going to be able to get 3 targets. So I'm gonna do myself, Turgan, and Sprock.
Alright, and what about Bob?
Bob will cast greater invisibility on himself.
Okay, so everyone here is invisible.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone... I mean, I guess you guys... When you guys go through the crowd, you guys are still going to have to roll at his tight spot. Roll me stealth with advantage. And I'll have to do a disadvantage roll on anyone that you know. Give me your rolls and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to say there's a crowd of 60 people. You guys are sneaking
24
through.
from Bob and Falco.
You sneak to the entrance. You're right in front of the priest and the guards. No one is going to sense you're able to dance in between them.
Stag got an 18.
What am I rolling for? Stealth?
Yes.
Even with greater invisibility?
How are you going to walk through the crowd? You could roll stealth, you could roll dex, you could roll acrobatics, so you're going to jump, or you're going to fly, Are you going to...
Oh, I would definitely fly. Let's do. If I can avoid a stealth, I would really like to.
Fly over. Stag, how would you like to get over there? I guess he can levitate, right?
Stag cannot. No, he cannot levitate, but he will, like, wander his tiny self through the crowd.
I can levitate.
Roll me stealth with advantage. So, Stag,
Stealth with advantage?
you're invisible. You can get through this crowd. Run, jump, athletics, it's up to you. The other guys decided to fly or sneak.
I have a good stealth. Hold on. Alright, 25. I got a nat 20.
Alright, so you sneak. You're all the way up at the front. Just all of you are either able to fly or sneak very carefully by these characters that have their heads bowed. But as you get to the front, the priest is going to say, "Now raise your heads and celebrate. Finish the celebration. More will come later, but indulge in the festivities. Drink, enjoy the sun." He's going to step forward, and the guards are going to sort of surround him as they get closer towards the crowd. The door is open to the monastery. If you want to go in, now is the best chance. Upon entering, everyone's going to stay invisible.
As long as we
What's it?
can.
Wait, sorry. Before we continue, it is daytime right now, right? The sun's out. They're praising the sun, just to be clear.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You get into this monastery, and your friend that you summoned, Matt, was telling you there seems to be some sort of magic afoot. Inside, it shows you the exact location and presence of the sun in the sky. It's almost as if it's right there. In the monastery, there's a mosaic of a large... Who's going to be... I guess everyone give me a history check. Matt, you give me a history check. You're the
21.
You recognize this god to be definitely an image of a god, and it's clearly going to be the sun god. The way that he is portrayed, he's standing and all these radiant lights are shooting away from him onto the gnomes. Give me your history or religion.
I did a history and it was a 9.
You see the name Pelor, P-E-L-O-R, Pelor, next to the mosaic. This is a And there's paintings and whatnot, and there seems to be a bed, some blankets. It looks like this is not just a temple, but it's also a house for the priest. There's a rug, a bed, rug, a bunch of books. It's very bright because the sun's wide open.
We don't see any other door.
Nothing you can see here.
The librarian said they were inside the islands. So maybe it's down. And Stack will go and start peeking under the rug, seeing if there's any trapdoors.
As you lift the rug, you see a trapdoor underneath it. The door is locked.
Should we do perception for the locking mechanism or something?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can do... Yeah, what would you like to do? Adam, what would you like to do?
Perception roll? Just to see if there's like a locking mechanism?
Oh yeah, there's a locking mechanism. It looks like it's a...
How it works? Like maybe like...
There's a key.
Investigation.
It's like a standard gnome lock key.
Can anyone pick this?
I do.
Okay. I'll guidance you. Well, may the beautiful sound of my voice help you in unlocking this challenge.
How does a lockpick work?
Actually, yeah.
I think it's
your dex, and if
yeah.
you're proficient in thieves' tools, add your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just your dex. A d20
Oh
plus
shit!
dex.
I have a healer's kit. I thought I had lockpicking. Damn it.
Oh, it's okay. I will use my performance of creation that I used to use on cigarettes, which I have not used, or Marlboro Reds to be specific, and I will manifest out of thin air a set of lockpicking kit, or a set of thieves' tools. If you put them close to your ear, they sound like they're singing. Here you go. Do you know how to use them?
No, I thought I had it in my inventory, but it was a healer's kit.
Does anyone know how to do these? Use these? Oh, sure. Here. He'll hand them over to you.
Wow.
And I will cast guidance on you, and Sprock, Turgan, and Stag are no longer invisible now.
So what's the roll you want for this?
D20 plus your dex, plus a D4.
Nice. Flaccid 20.
So you use these tools, and the door feels unlocked, and you're able to open it, revealing a staircase.
Quick. Let's go. Attempt to dive in once the door is open.
Just as you start entering, you hear the words of the gnome priest. Let me head back into my quarters, and I will come back in another hour, and we will start our prayers again for the god of the sun, Pelor. Enjoy, everyone. You hear footsteps and the noise as if he's starting to walk back in.
I will use my mage hand to pull the rug over the door
As you enter,
to hide that we went in there.
let me save this as Sun Celebration.
Bob, can
And-
you help with your bird?
I was like just in the middle of planning this, and then I just stopped. So here we go. It's gonna take me a second. Let me pull up a blank map.
I also don't have a bird. I have a fox. He can help.
Sorry about that. I don't know,
It's okay,
I don't know why I
Zach,
remember a
sorry.
bird.
As you walk down, it is quite warm in this basement, and there is a glow coming from further in. The room you enter, there's a glowing orb in front of you. This thing's an orb of music. You can randomly click on it and it does stuff. Okay, didn't know that. It might be too loud though. Silence! Where are you guys? I guess we'll have Matt's character enter. Alright, who went first?
I'll go first. I'm still invisible.
I'm also still invisible.
Booter, Mirio.
I'll go.
That's a cool ass orb.
What the hell that is?
Yeah.
Sweet orb, bro.
All right, so you've walked in here, and it's quiet, but very warm. The area has a glow of like orange. Everything is sort of glowing orange. That might be from the sun breaking in through the wooden floor above, or from the ball of energy in front of you. There's nothing else in this room. Surrounded by stone carved out of the ground, it feels like. When you step foot, Booterbot, you notice it more so than other people because you've been boiling upstairs in your metal, and the room is a lot cooler. It feels like a basement. The air is thicker, but it's cool.
That's a nice shot, Adam. It's like nice POV.
Is that the greater crystal? It might be.
Yeah.
Shall we get close and touch it?
That's usually the thing I like to do when there's a strange object in the room. So yeah.
All
Can someone
right,
see my character on the screen? And I'm willing to go up to it.
Oh yeah,
you have 2 stags on there.
my bad. Yeah, that's funny. I just type in dwarf, and your guy shows up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to approach it.
Okay.
How far away am I?
You are 16 times 5, whatever that is.
Oh, okay.
But
so
you have free range.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get as close to I can before something happens.
I'll let you get all the way up, which is fine. This ball seems to be vibrating just like the librarian was saying. It's different from the glow and vibration you found in the wind tunnel with the puff clouds. This one seems circular, emitting a large amount of energy. It looks like one of those science projects you had when you're younger, but massive.
Reminds me of Puff. Sky's aloft and boop cloud,
When you say
spring
massive,
cloud.
how massive? Like
Like
the size of a car or a basketball?
you know the big balls that they have to lift up to put on top to.
Yes.
It's like, I guess you could. One man is going to have a hard time carrying it.
Cool.
Maybe one man, but
Be
it was
careful.
dwarf.
There's a guardian around.
Stag, give me a perception check.
Hey, a 7.
You see on the floor beneath you, since it is made out of, the room is sort of carved into the ground. You see scratches on the ground, footprints that are multiple kinds of footprints. Definitely those of the dwarf, but some are quite larger.
When we went down that trap door, did we go down a ladder or a
Stairs.
How far down did we go?
I'd say no more than the basement, so like 15 feet.
Okay. So the floor of the chamber is really close above us.
Yeah, you're not 100% sure if all the light in the room is from the ball itself or through the floorboards, from the dome above.
Well, do we need to hang out here for a little bit? Because I think I have a feeling if we fight something, they're going to know we're here up above. I don't think we can get this ball out in front of them.
He said it would be an hour and he would go back to his prayer stuff. So what if we waited an hour?
You hear him, "What a day." You can hear him walking above, muffled.
That sounds good. Hang out for an hour, rest, wait till he goes back out, and then see who this guardian is. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Do you want to do a short rest here?
Yes.
I could use one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially before you fight a big guardian.
Before we start, there's only one entrance, right? The one behind and the one in front of us. Entrance, gateway, whatever.
So before we get
just
into
the stairs, I believe.
before we get
Yeah.
into the short rest, Sprock, you're going to be very hungry. Your rests don't heal you, eating brains do. Right as people are going to sleep. Actually, I'll do that in a minute. Give me a short rest.
I'm not sure rest going to sleep.
No,
but you're resting, reading, whatever you're doing. You can tell me what you're doing.
I'm meditating on eating brains.
Yes. So
I put the Warhammer by the back entrance to alert us if anything is coming.
cool. Just like over a step.
It has a 30-foot range.
Stag will begin to whisper a few words of inspiration of, remember what the librarian said. Guardians they vary in size. The bigger the island, the bigger the guardian. And he's going to do all this at a very, very soft whisper as everyone's gathered around. And he'll continue a short little speech to everyone for about approximately 10 minutes and give all of us 16 temporary hit points for my inspiring leader feat.
Okay. Does anyone want to do? You have an hour here. Does anyone want to say anything? Do anything?
There's nothing else in this room.
I'm trying to rest up.
We've already looked around, right? There's nothing else.
Maybe do an investigation.
I'll do a perception investigation. Which one?
Whichever one's better, probably for you, or whatever you want.
Perception.
Okay. Give me a perception.
14. Not very good.
20 on my perception.
Okay. Around this room, Jake, you are starving for brain. You're sweating. If you can't stand it almost. The brains of your comrades, you can feel their brains. You can sense how delicious they would be if you could have one. As you look around the room, you see large footprints on the ground. Definitely gnomish and something else. More gnomish footprints than that of a larger animal at this point. And you also can notice that there are some scrapes on the walls. With a 20, Turgan, you determine through your perception, you recognize the footprint to be a large lizard-like form. The floating ball you see in front of you emits this vibration with every footstep that the priest upstairs takes. Sort of mimics that of him.
Okay. Mimics the vibration of the steps.
Yeah, so when he steps...
Interesting. Every time I move, it vibrates. What's going on?
Is that all we're doing? For your hour? Does anyone want to do anything else? You hear footsteps coming down. These are not causing the crystal ball to vibrate. Yes, I'll check, sir. I'm sure it hasn't gone anywhere, but I will check. His perception is a nat 1. Wow. He trips over Matt's... What did you put up?
My Warhammer.
Your Warhammer. He also falls and hits his head prone. Poof! You see this gnome fall down the last step. He lands prone for a moment. This guy's brain, Jake, is pulsating deliciously to you. This is your opportunity to get your rest. I don't think you've had one in quite a while, so you would be at least 1 or 2 exhaustion deep.
It sounds like I'm going to be doing tentacles to extract brain.
I'm gearing up.
About to have a bad day.
Yeah.
Roll for that or just do it?
You guys will have you can roll. You can be an initiative for him. This guy's sort of tripped over and prone, trying to get his bearings, trying to stand back up.
I walk away as far as I can, seething in anger.
What do you tell the group, Jake?
What do I tell the group?
Well, Matt is not. Well, I guess you don't know yet.
Oh, he wasn't here the first time I came back.
Matt doesn't like.
I sort of forgot you were a mind flayer when I created my character. Yeah, I'm steaming mad. I'm over behind the orb at this point.
So yeah, 17 does hit, Jake.
Right. Then extract brain.
How much damage does that do?
34.
Okay, well that's gonna kill a gnome. Describe how you're gonna eat this guy's brain.
My tentacles go over and one grabs around his neck, squeezing to the point his eyeballs start to pop out, and then two other tentacles just like grab each of the sides of the head and rip it open as the mouth extracts the brain.
Those of you who are watching see Jake open his mouth and just suck this guy's brain right out. As we normally do with a brain whenever Jake eats a brain. Jake, that is your rest. You are fully healed up to 100% of all things. That's like almost like a long rest for you. It doesn't matter what size the brain, as long as you eat a brain within the rest period, you don't suffer any of that. With that comes a insight into this guy's mind. So you get a flash, Jake, and you can share this with the group if you want. You get a flash of this guy's life. He was born on the Sky Island. You get images of him and his family sailing, finding ethereal crystals, and bringing them back. The job of mining was too dangerous, and so his parents decided to make him a cook in the local sausage parlor. He's an assistant there and helps the priest. He's decided to become a follower of the monk upstairs and pay tribute to Pelor. You see visions of him and the monks talking about how to protect this element. You also see images of the monk turning into a gargantuan creature, protector of the crystal. His name is Isle. I-S-L-E. Dead gnome. Priest. Chef.
Just to be clear, the gnome turning into a giant protector thing, was that the same gnome we just killed?
That's up for Jake's interpretation and what he'll say to you.
Did I interpret that when I ate the brain? Did I get a message?
Yeah, you sort of see that there is a protector. It's either the priest or a large creature protecting this. You don't know, you wouldn't be able to know where who it is, but you're sort of pointing towards the knowledge of the beast, and it's familiar. Is the priest or the priest knows of it?
But I didn't eat the priest.
No, this was the gnomes.
Security guard?
Just
A random priest?
the last part of the vision was go check on the crystal, and then you see him trip over Matt's thing, and then he gets his brain eaten.
Stag looks back and sees the Brock walking away from the gnome. I think he's done. It's okay, Bob.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. What can you tell
How
about
could you
this
people watch
crystal?
this?
We all have to survive somehow.
Which crystal? The orb?
Yeah, the orb.
I've had my eyes closed for the last 10 minutes.
Look at the orb.
Alright, let's check out the orb.
I will give Bob a bardic inspiration and guide you as you begin to examine the orb.
What am I doing here, Spence?
An investigation, I guess. What is that you're trying to find?
Oh, yeah. And it's +4? I don't know, we're just checking it out.
It's a +10 for my bardic inspiration. And for this one, you can roll 2 d10s and pick the higher one, and a d4 for guidance.
So 13.
Isel, don't take too long down there. We have to go back out to the ceremony. Just make sure it's okay. Do you hear me, boy? So what was your roll?
13.
You see this large crystal. You see that it is humming. It is giving the same vibrations to every footstep that the priest makes. You can hear calling for his dead partner down there. It is just hovering.
I turn to Stag and I'm like, should we touch it?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, I'm gonna take Mage Hand. I'm just gonna tap it.
Would you be able to feel what it feels like with Mage Hand? No, right? It feels solid. I mean, you can see that the Mage Hand is touching it. Solid.
I push it a little harder.
Do you have a plan for the guy upstairs?
It moves over and it comes back a little. When you do it again, it moves a little bit further and comes back. But you get a feeling like you might be able to take this thing if you grabbed it.
Okay. I'm not gonna grab it. I'm gonna relay to everyone else.
I like how scared everyone is.
Booter, what were you gonna do?
Unless somebody is really charming. I mean, Stag, you're the most charming. Do you think you can impersonate the voice of the dead gnome? I'm a robot. Actually, I have an idea. I'll piece together recordings from all my memory banks of male gnomes that are about the same age.
All right.
And try to respond and say, yes, I just tripped. Give me a moment.
All right. You speak Gnomish, which is great. Then give me a performance with inspiration.
Got a cool point for that. You have guidance from Stag.
Go ahead and roll your performance.
Chris, you can't double up guidance, right?
Not currently.
I got a 9. Guidance is
It's a D4. My inspiration is a D10.
that's 11. Can I stack Flash of Genius on myself too?
For this purpose,
Is that a
ability check or saving throw?
yeah?
So
You can.
know. All right, so then add 4 to that, so that's a total of
use that spell slot.
9, but 15.
It comes out muffled because you had just fallen. You'll be back up. It's believable you'd be out of breath. You lay to the priest that you'll be right there. He yells back, "Very good, Isel. I'll be outside celebrating the sun for the second portion of the ceremony. Remember, we're going to be here all day. We've got plenty of donations to be had. So don't take too long. We need everyone to collect to keep this monastery safe. Good job." So who's going to grab it? Or are you going to leave it and go on your way?
You're strong enough.
The hand was moving it, so I don't think it would be that hard to grab it.
I
But-
can telekinetically shove it out there too.
How far?
I also think we should have a plan for once we've grabbed it. I can try and create a distraction when we grab it, and then everyone else will all leave the other direction. If we leave the same way we came, I'll send the distraction right, and we'll go left. Or vice versa,
Sounds good.
What do you have in mind for a distraction?
since we're discussing. I'm going to cast Mislead.
Hmm.
It'll last an hour. I'm going to do that. No, I'm not going to do it yet until we decide.
That sounds like a great plan. Get it and run.
Where are we running to?
Our ship.
Okay, I agree. Towards the ship.
Our ships and get the hell out of here.
If we don't run, we gotta fight him anyway. Maybe we can just take it and go. If he
If
catches
what-
us, we fight him.
If what Neandril says is true, this whole island might fall out of the sky once we take that.
That's true.
We gotta run fast to our ship so we don't fall.
Alright, I agree.
Fuck everyone on the island.
I'm not gonna worry about that.
You gave Stag a mirror he's been using. You know what that mirror does to him.
I just want to get out of here.
Alright. Are we ready?
Everyone.
I'll take that as a
Yes.
We are ready.
Alright, I cast Mislead.
I'll use my telekinetic shove to
So-
pull it 5 feet towards
What
Turgan.
what does Mislead do now?
It creates a replica of me, and I become invisible. I can see and hear through its eyes. It's intangible and invulnerable. So, as soon as we grab this thing, I'm going to send my double, my illusionary double, up, back the way we came, away from our ships, to draw attention while we go the other way with the orb.
Who's carrying the orb? Are you carrying the orb because you're invisible?
Well, then I'd just be a floating orb.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Stag was going to pull the orb towards Turgan, since he's the strongest of us.
Okay. Turgan, are you
He's
gonna,
the strong man that can carry this thing.
Yeah,
Turgan,
I
are
can
you,
hear it.
you grabbing this thing?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Turgan, this thing is it feels really heavy. Once you pull it out of its case, essentially, It's no longer hovering. It is indeed a very solid, warm, thick ball of crystal. It is going to be... How much can you carry? It'll be enough, not slow movement, but you'll have disadvantage on ability checks if you need it. But just as you remove it and start carrying it, the whole place starts to shake. Minor tremors everyone feels.
Let's go. Quick.
Let's book it.
Okay. And you're gonna run up the stairs?
My guy's going first.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be hilarious. Well, end soon, but let's get out the door here. Depending on what you guys want to do. So you guys are at the top. Turgan has this big ball of crystal. People outside celebrating, and the door is open, and the priest is at the center. Matt, your character is going first, so give me a perception check at the door.
Okay. 19.
You see that the head monk of the Sun Temple is in the middle of the crowd doing some sort of performative dance with the group, and he is... You're lucky he rolled an 8. He does not look aware that the thing has been taken. The ground is shaking slightly, so people are wary. You hear the priest say, "It must be the power of Pilar. He is coming to show us his grace. Continue the dance, it's working."
I turn around to everyone. Do you want to sneak by him again? I guess the giant glowing orb. Are you ready? Where are our ships on this map?
The ships are...
In the back middle.
Yeah, where all the white lines are together,
yeah.
There's that gate you walk in where all the ships are docked.
I turn to everyone and I say, all right, everyone go right. I'm going to send my guy left. Fake me left out of the temple sun orb thing. I wait a second. I run until people notice me. And then I start screaming and ranting about the Adam Sandler bit. Fuck the sun is stupid. Pilar sent me, he told me you guys are dumbasses. I start ranting and raving, jumping up and down and throwing any rocks I can find. Oh no, I guess he can't throw. But just ranting and raving.
Blasphemy! You get the attention of a portion of the crowd, and they start to surround your other character.
I move, like I'm on the run. Like I don't want them to catch me.
A few of them are going to follow you. One of the guards at the front is also going to run over. And is anyone invisible?
No.
I am not.
Oh, I am.
What are you guys doing? Just
I
Running.
said the island's gonna fall. We gotta go for it.
I'm flying. I still have the flying on, so I'm just flying. Go to the ground as I can.
Who's got the orb?
Kurgan.
Yes.
okay. I would imagine that this is going to be about 2 rounds. We're going to do this in initiative order now. Since you guys are going to go straight for the run, we can go. We'll try to stop in about 10 minutes, going into initiative to keep it.
I'm gonna jump on this other call. Stag, do the thing for me. If it's over quick, I'll jump back.
Will do. We need initiative.
Yes.
17.
Where is he? Sprock.
19.
Stag got 13. And Sprock is a +1. Can't roll him. Sprock got a 16.
1 sec. I got 19, baby. Let's go.
And Matt.
19.
Wow. That makes sense. Bob went first. What does normal Bob want to do?
Normal Bob wants to turn to Booter and say, "Give me the orb. I'll take it to the ships," and see what he says. And then you guys make a run for it.
You mean Turgan?
Turgan, sorry. My other guy's gonna go away, but I'm gonna cast Dimension Door and teleport myself and the orb to the ship based on what I can see distance-wise. Or at least to the back of the white lines.
That's a funny I don't know where that song's coming from. Okay, so you're gonna dimension door yourself. What is it? How does dimension door as far as you can see?
500 feet, which I think is basically to where the
Door or more than one person? Can't you take at least one other person with you?
One other person up to your size or smaller.
Oh, then I grab Turgan with the orb and I take him right with me all the way to the door since he has the orb.
Okay. You guys are at the entrance. Hello, fellow captain. Hope the day goes well. Booterbot, you're up.
I'm flying. I will cast Dash on myself. And then I will fly as far as I can, avoiding sight as much as possible with my arms behind me. At the end of my movement speed, I will Misty Step an additional 30 feet out of sight.
So what's your movement?
30 and then doubled it to 60.
Brock is going to do the same. You guys are both doing the same thing.
Sprock, I'm going to have wild shape into a wolf, so Stag can hop on him, a dire wolf, and rush out of here.
That's cool. There's your dire wolf.
Very nice.
As this turn ends, everyone is going to... Booterbot, you're in the air, right? The island jerks and begins to fall. You feel gravity shift underneath you. Every creature must make a dex saving throw.
Except me, because I'm flying.
I assume we didn't make it up to the ships.
No, you're still at the entrance.
Gotcha. 19.
Sprock got a natural 2022 for the dire wolf.
Okay.
Stag got a 15.
Both those pass. Matt, what'd you get?
19.
And Turgan?
A 17.
You feel the ground start to plummet. Booterbot, since you're flying, give me a concentration check. That's not going to work for you. Give me a dex save as well.
But the ground falls under me.
Flying creatures roll a check every round to stay airborne in unstable air currents. The ground is moving, so you have wind filling the void.
Okay.
I see your research, Spencer. One cool point.
I got a 10. I'm going to give myself a 14.
You flutter, fall, and take 4 bludgeoning damage. The priest behind you is going to notice Miss Isol. What have you done? Where is it? Someone has taken it, clearly. He's going to run into the monastery. The other people start shrieking and running. Half of them fail, and the other half succeed. So half of these people take bludgeoning damage. The priest is going to go at an initiative 18. Wow. Okay, one more round before ending this evening. What are you going to do, Bob?
I'm on board the ship. I'm with my captain.
You're with the captain, checking out you're going to notice that the same people, the same Mr. and Mrs. standing at the gate. The guy you talk to is going to fail. He's going to take a little damage and say, "Did you want to hand in your slip, proving you didn't take anything before you leave?" To Turgan, because you're the captain of that other ship.
Okay.
Bob, you're going to run towards the other ship. Which ship are you guys going to be going towards? Bob's ship or the...
I don't have it. Doesn't Turgan have a ship?
I just want to know which one you guys are getting on.
I mean, I think Bob should get the other shit fired up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get the other. I'll go to
split.
the other non-Turgan. No, because he's gonna make me produce another document.
No. You came in. Just the captains. Just the captains
Oh, okay.
were sworn in.
Well, just tell the crew to start getting everything ready.
Okay.
We have
And
crews.
Tell everyone to start warming up. Get ready to get out of here.
The orcs are going to sit there hungover from the keg you gave them, burping, going slow. We'll do this for you, Mr. Targan. Matt, they're going to say, what was your position at the ship?
Scout or something.
I think you're the...
Yeah.
You're definitely
Hey,
not the
well,
cook.
I texted you this, but you didn't see it, so I'm just gonna say it. Stag doesn't remember he's the captain of the ship. He can have a Tom Hanks "I'm the captain now" moment and become captain.
Stag, you forgot.
But no one else but Stag knows that.
Well, sure, but he just rolls in hot and is like, "I'm the captain. We're getting out of here, and the sky is falling."
I come in and I say the sky is falling. Your captain is on his way. He rides triumphantly on a war beast. Prepare the ship.
Intimidation or persuasion?
Not intimidation. We're teammates. So persuasion.
You're the stone hand.
Fucking clerics. They're getting 2 shoes. I want you to steal the ship.
Oh, he's the steward. He's the strong hand. Right? So he's the leader of the group, it looks like. You took Geek's Greek spot. So they listen to you. You're essentially the person who keeps charge of the crew. Yeah, they start preparing. Booter, it's your turn.
How far am I from the ship?
You are from almost a whole town away. Right in front of you, you see the tavern you were just drinking at.
I'm just gonna dash and fly again. Misty Step is a level... Yeah, so fly 60 feet and Misty Step another 30 feet. Evacuation protocol.
Stag.
Wolf.
It's not your turn yet.
Oh.
Priest, you look back. Matt, you can see your fake character. You can see through his eyes.
Yes. No, he's gone though.
Okay, so Stag
captured
and Sprock hear and feel, depending on which way you're looking. I would guess Stag can see it because Sprock is going to be running up with his wolf.
Yep.
You see the monastery explode. A massive amethyst dragon. Where is my crystal? Let's see what that dragon looks like. What a perfect spot to end the session. Give you guys some homework. How are you going to survive while the thing is falling?
I really wanted to keep fighting this guy.
He's got wings.
He can sense he's connected to the orb. I have a feeling he's going to chase us down on the ships.
Yeah, I don't think you have too much to worry about. Who took my crystal? Boom. And he's going to fly 40 feet towards Stag. He will have turned, and he will have said, broken the thing open. It's now Turgan's turn. And Turgan, I guess, went on to his... I guess we did your turn too, right?
Yeah, you just did it in parallel, basically, like firing up the
and I'll give Sprock and Stag one more. I moved you back by accident.
We're about there. Sprock will dash. He has 50 feet as a direwolf normally, and 100 feet gets us right up next to where Booter is. Let's run! Jesus! Let's get out of here.
I think we'll end right there. But first, everyone give me their dex saves for the fallen.
Oh!
The ships are being pulled down. Anyone on the ships does not have to do that.
Sprock got not the direwolf. Direwolf got a 13. Stag got a 6.
I got a 3.
All 3 of you slide 15 feet backwards towards the dragon, and you're going to take 3 bludgeoning damage for that. And you were flying, so you hit the ground as you're
We all
trying to
take the
make your way.
damage.
So you guys are toward the end, but that's where we're going to end. There's a dragon behind you. It is massive. Who's familiar with dragons? Booterbot, you didn't see. Yes, you did. Booterbot, you're familiar with dragons, right? Who's...
Stag is as well.
I don't know, like if I was familiar as your local encyclopedia.
Okay, but why don't you guys both give me your histories? But Stag, you get advantage.
I got a
class.
7.
That's definitely a dragon.
Big one, too.
We saw the
Looks
time
big.
dragon, book dragon, and a couple other dragons. Stag got an 18.
You know this as a massive old amethyst dragon?
Could I tell the age? Ancient?
Yes.
Turn the Buddha. We gotta get out of here. That's not good.
And that's where we're going to end it this evening. Right where I like to keep you. I imagine there's going to be some group chat about what to do. You have ships. I don't know how fast they are, but I did send you.
Oh, we got the stats.
I did send you stats.
I don't think we're gonna outrun a dragon in our airships. I think we're gonna have to fight them.
At least we can fight him with a ship.
I will tell you this right before we leave: that seeker ship is gone, missing. Until next time, come join us in 2 Mondays. It's gonna be sick. Roll high and subscribe.
If you want to hang out, join us on our Discord,
Yeah,
and you could give us suggestions on how we can kill this amethyst dragon.
yeah. And if you want to jump in the chat and try to get free hotel rooms, Matt said he'd partake in that conversation. Not saying that he would give you one, but you can, roll your persuasion. Peace.